All right, Tesla nerds, we got some Tesla content coming at you, because several videos. We got wash and talk, radar detector. I actually have to clean the interior, but I doubt I'll get the camera out for that. And wheel change. So we'll have a couple of videos here today. But before I get started, I was planning on wearing this, but I've been fast dad running around like a crazy person, getting set up. He's trying to beat the sun. But so I was planning on wearing this, but I'm freaking sweating. But I'm telling you people, you've got to get this thing. It's so good. Now this runs a good size and a half big. So this is an extra large. And you know, I like my sweatshirt to be a little, at least right now with my extra girth going on, I like a little bigger. But I'm telling you, these Stormtech, I think that's the brand. We imported these from Canada. They're like freaking 80 bucks or 100 bucks or something crazy like that, but they're worth every gosh darn penny. This one's so cool. So you got the Tesla Garage embroidered logo. Too freaking hot to wear this, but I was planning on product placing you. So instead I figured I'd just stop lying to you and just tell you what I'm doing. Oh, shoot. So I finally got the Tesla wheels. Get my phone out of my pocket. They drive me crazy when people start freaking calling me and I'm trying to do some work. But I was gonna just go swap the wheels over, and then I'm like, Bryce, we need to get some shots of the wheels the way they're set up now so we can get some after shots. And then I'm like, you know what, this thing really needs to be clean. So let's stop screwing around. Let's do an impromptu wash and talk. Get this thing clean. That way the wheels aren't super dirty when I put them in the attic. Everything works out better that way. The Tesla's been doing great. You know, it's still a dork car, but it looks less dorky the way I've set it up. So the other day, the suspension was a little wonky. Apparently the top nuts tend to come loose on the factory and aftermarket, and so my friend Tony Palumbo came, and he has a Model 3, and he's like, I know exactly what it is. I said, yeah, it's probably the top nut. He said, yep, that's exactly what it is. So he pulled the plastic off and fixed that real quickly. But you know, the spring was bouncing around on the shock, which is no good. And I have a real, like a progressively growing creak in the rear that I'm gonna have to address. But that's part of aftermarket life, you know? It's what you got to deal with. So these wheels, just to remind you, these are the factory, whatever, I call them the factory nerd wheels. But people seem to really like these. They look a million times better since I put new tires on them. I'll show you. So these were my guinea pig tires with my new Hunter mounting and balancing system, and I smacked two of them. One of them pretty good, a double smack. The other one got a single smack. The third one got a smack but didn't make any marks, and the fourth one was perfect. So these were a good, since these are such dorky wheels, these were a good tester. And no, I'm not selling them, so save yourself the email typing. I'm not sure why anyone would buy these voluntarily. You're on freaking crack. But yeah, I'm not selling them. I'm gonna keep them because who knows how long this car will last in my life. And I'd rather have the stock wheels, because the wheels we're putting on them are like 12 grand or something insane, 13 grand or something like that, and even more because I had them finished twice. So, yeah, I'm not selling them. But these have I upsize, which I would highly recommend if you have these wheels and you like them for some unknown reason. Of course, I took the little goofy plastic hubcap off. Center cap. It's not really a center cap. It's more of a hubcap. So I haven't even denibbed these. But I put new Michelins on here because I didn't line the car. They got really jacked up. So these are Pilot Sport 4S's, and it's upsized. So these are 245 front and rear square. It made a big difference. Those Pirelli sidewalls look terrible, and the 235. So these look so much better. And then I have a Model Plus imported, was it Aspira? Aspira? I think it's Aspira. Hub-centric spacer. So there's a 15 millimeter spacer in the front and a 20 in the rear. And there's a little bit of poke. I feel like the poke kind of went away. I don't know how that's possible, but it's, you know, from certain angles, it looks pretty darn good, even with these dorky wheels. The thing that stinks about these wheels is I've got my my giant carbon ceramic fronts, and you can't even see them because I did black calipers. And the reason I did black is because I was going to do the, you know, the douche blue ring that I was planning on doing. It just didn't work at all. So when we put the Vossens on here this afternoon, we should be able to see it a little better. Should look a little better. We'll assess that. This is Brake Buster, by the way. Undiluted. It's being diluted by the foam cannon. So I wouldn't suggest, it's cheap enough. Stop being cheap. Buy a gallon. Go to town. So the 20 millimeter spacer, yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of, maybe the camber's adjusted a little bit after the car's settling after a while. But it sure seems like it's not poking out. Oh, you know why? It's because it's sitting on this angle here. But it's flush as heck, and you know, you take any car and you go to a flush fitment, it looks pretty good. There's a little bit of rub, so I think the way to go would be to do a maybe an H&R 17 mil spacer from Model Plus, or I don't know how that. I did get a set of 14s. I think 15 is probably the way to go. Because when we did have people in the back, there was a tiny bit of rub. But, I mean, you can see from the angle of the camera, it looks pretty darn good. As good as these can look. So, we're going to put my Vossens on. Hopefully I don't have to run a spacer. Because I don't have a 10 mil spacer, and I don't think 10 mil spacers work very well in these cars. So I'm doing Uniden R7. Who was it that was telling me? Someone was telling me about the new Escort Red line. Has all of the range, or almost all the range of this. I need to talk to Ariel, Vortex Radar. He's the radar authority of the universe. But that one has GPS lockouts auto. Because the problem with the R7, and I haven't done any research at all lately. I just keep buying R7s. I have freaking 7 or 8 of them. And I think there's a firmware update. Maybe there's a firmware update where it does auto lockouts. Because it's annoying to have to press the button to train it to take all the you know, the radar enabled doors and stuff in your area. Kind of clean those up. Yeah, so I just put these tires on. I didn't clean them. I didn't do anything too much. Threw them on the car. Shoot, I was about to roll around to the back of the car and do the exhaust. Guess I can skip that part. People think that's the funniest joke, Mike. You should clean the exhaust tips. You should put an exhaust on it. It's freaking stupid. I hate, like, pop culture, like, popular jokes. You know, or popular stereotypes. I hate that. I don't know why I hate it. I should just embrace life and learn to live it happily. The funniest part is when people get mad at me for saying, "What's up, Tesla nerds?" So here's smack wheel 1. That's smack wheel 2. So that was the first wheel, double smacked, single smacked. baby kiss perfection in the front. So as long as these darn wheels have been on the car, this is the other lesson I learned, just do the wheels no matter what. I don't know if you plan on using them or not, because chances are you're going to end up using them more than you want. And so I never coated, I never cleaned these wheels properly, so I never did any of the things that you needed to do to see they're just holding on to water right now. So just detail them. Worst case, you have a nice set of clean wheels up in the attic. It's not a bad worst case. Oh, when I jack this thing up, I do have to, crap, I hope that thing is here. I think it is. I got a eraser wheel, like a special wheel. Maybe we'll make a video on that. The Evo machine, the Evo dry ice machine, doesn't have enough horsepower, especially with my 5-horse compressor, to take off that heavy adhesive from the side skirts that I had on. And that paint is so darn soft underneath the side here that I'm gonna end up taking a bunch of it off, I'm sure. So see back here, there's a little bit of poke. Like right here at the edge, you know, because the car's sitting crooked here. A little bit downhill. I mean, it's hard to get a frame of reference, but you can see the water running. So we're on a little bit of an incline here that's sloped away from the building. So yeah, I think I don't think the Vossens are going to be as aggressive fit. I need to start really, you know, always speccing. This is the second set of high-end wheels that I've done where I didn't like obsess over offsets on my own, and I just let the company choose, and then, you know, they don't want to do too aggressive, and so that I end up with something too conservative generally. So I'm guessing I'm going to end up running a spacer with them. The other question is going to be, you know, right now this is a square setup, which, by the way, this car handles like dog crap the way it's set up. It's terrible. This thing needs like all of 2 degrees camber, and right now I have 1, and it just handles terribly. I feel like it just bounces through a turn. The suspension's fantastic. It's just, you know, when you do an aftermarket high-end suspension like this, you've got to put in the effort to find the right combo, and I just haven't done any of that. So it has nothing to do with the parts. It has everything to do with the user. But even stock, I feel like these cars handle like crap. I know they put down decent times and they can do really well, but it just doesn't feel good. And that's why I bought the Model 3 instead of a Model S. Well, that and I chickened out on my Model S order, so see my little smack there. I learned what I did, and that's because I set the top piece a little too far in, a little too far under, and so when it was breaking the bottom bead, the bottom wheel like hit the edge and then popped up and then smacked downward. So I mean, it was the first wheel I've ever done without any instruction, all by myself. So I didn't do terribly, but you can see this one has the double smack. Look at all that dirt. Zoom in on that dirt. I'm washing a dirty car. See that? Just shut your mouth. Wish you would wash a dirty car. No. I'm gonna wash a semi-clean car. Who the heck wants to wash a muddy car? Get out of here. Why would you even do that? What are you doing? Driving down dirt roads? This car wouldn't make it 3 feet down a dirt road. It'd be scraping the bottom. Oh, those tire nibs. Those nibs are driving me crazy. I'll do it all wrong just to get y'all sketched out. Would you like to do this? Let me get some more soap, Mike. There we go. Yeah, let's see. So, unit NR7 on a blend mount hardwired, so we're gonna figure that out today. I always say today, you know what that means. In about 4.5 days, I'll actually get it done. For you people that are watching the videos, I guess it really doesn't matter to you. Although I've been promising you a radar detector install for months now. I was ready to do it, and then I realized I didn't have the right stuff, and so I had to order some more stuff. I had to order a hardwire kit. Then I got the hardwire kit, and I started tearing apart the garage, which the freaking garage is filled from head to toe with boxes. We're in this limbo phase of chaos. I'm waiting on my KWS 700 because I gave it to the Atlanta garage. Which you haven't, if you haven't watched those videos, you're nuts. You need to start watching. So the next topic is, and I've had really good success talking to you guys and updating you on what's going on. We need 2 more people. I need to hire 2 more people like yesterday. Every time I do this, I get my butt puckers. It's like buying something expensive. And now I seem to be trading in human time and energy. It freaks me out a little bit to hire people, but I need to hire 2 people that are suited for tech support. So let's rinse this thing off and I'll explain. And wear my special my washing shoes. I didn't wear those. By the way, that tool tray on the Viper chair, don't get it. It's terrible. Do not get it. It's only a matter of time before you smack your fender and you cry yourself to sleep for a week. Are all those Press-All bottles sold? So we do have some Press-All bottles behind us that I overnighted. Maybe we'll just keep overnighting them, or not overnight, but air freighting them. DHL takes 2 days to get it here, which is amazing, from the Czech Republic, I think is where they're manufactured. Yeah, this will be a much more enjoyable experience working on the car when it's all clean. Yeah, way better. Yeah. But I'm going to be able to, the next day or 2, be able to check this car off the list of being completed. These lists that I've been making have been taking too long to complete. All right, let's get our washing setup ready to go. Foam can. This is the new version of the quick disconnect with the funnel. I think people come over here, use my soap, and then don't frickin' fill it up, and I'm always empty. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I know I filled this thing up. 150 milliliters of soap. A little bit extra in there. I already have some in the bucket there from our last foam cannon pressure washer test. This is my favorite part of the quick disconnect. It's this part. I get to shake it up with a cap. All right, let's foam it. Let's get the car foamed, and then we'll get our bucket set up. I'm going to keep harping on this. Slow down with your foam cannon use, people. You got to cover the whole thing, otherwise what's the point? Stop racing around the car. You look like an idiot. Don't do that. And don't make videos when you do that. Look at that. Nice and slow. Cover the whole thing. Nice and easy. See how that's done? Just do what I do, not what I say. And what I say. Just do both. It's gonna be my new phrase. Do what I do and what I say. And you'll be fine. You'll be better than fine. You'll be awesome.
You're such an arrogant prick, I knew it.
What is wrong with people? What did I say the other day, Mike, about the, you're probably never gonna get one of these cars anyway, so suck it. You know, people get, oh no, we didn't mean to say that. No, I meant it. I was truthful. You're probably not. One of two reasons. One, you might end up liking McLarens or Ferraris or something like that. Or two, you're gonna end up with a Toyota Camry for the rest of your life because you're complaining about my comments.
Nothing wrong with Camry.
Shut up, Chris. Camrys are terrible. That must mean Chris has bought another Camry, I bet. Some 180,000 mile used Camry. He just wants a Lexus Camry, that's what he wants. There was air quotes on that, in case you're wondering. But see, when I say that, Chris we're gonna be driving a Camry again, but he doesn't get offended when I say that because he knows what I'm talking about. It's the truth. When Chris is making 400 grand a year here at Obsessed Garage, he's still not gonna buy a GT3. I can guarantee you that. He's gonna be driving a nicer Lexus. One with only 80,000 miles on it. So, back to the job front here. So here's what's happened with most of the people. I've done these like little waves of hiring as my vision started to solidify. You know, we've did it with some of the media guys and hiring them, and done it with a bunch of people in the warehouse when we needed a bunch of warehouse people because we were not able to get orders out as quickly as I would like. Again, I can do a bigger area. Every time, 100% of the time, I forget that it happens and I do it. Gosh. It's because I'm talking to people and I forget. And I always get that one leg for some reason. Gets me every time. So, we did a big round of hires a couple of years, or like a year ago, I guess now, a little over a year ago. So we hired Tommy, Lewis, Aaron, Robert. I think Justin. So we hired, 5 people at once, like within a few weeks, in order to get the warehouse up to standard. And then we, most of those guys moved from all over. They moved from different parts of the country. They packed up their crap. They quit their job. They quit doing whatever they were doing to come take a risk. And every single one of them is now doing something else. They've all been promoted. They're all making more money. They're all doing different things. They're nowhere near where they're going to be several years from now, but there was a real opportunity, and all of them sort of got to see that. Tommy's an example. He came in cleaning bathrooms and packing boxes. Cleaning bathrooms, packing boxes, and then he eventually became a picker, and then he moved into tech support to help Kyle, and then he moved from tech support to tech support lead when Kyle stepped out to build the design team, or to build the design department. And then now, the reason why we're hiring is that Tommy's going to leave tech support lead. Manny's going to take over tech support lead, or the leader of that department. And Tommy's going to get to chase. He's going to become sort of head of product development. Meaning, like, for example, like the tool grid. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, man, if I just had more time and ability to just focus on one thing, I could really add some real value to the world by teaching everybody here's how to buy it. We can build a whole new platform for how you buy tool grid and all that stuff. And so he's going to head that up, all new products. And so Mike came here as well. Mike Figuera, you've seen him in a lot of videos. You're going to see him in the video here today. He and I will do the radar detector Mike is going to be in charge of perfection, I guess you could say. So Mike will be fabricating and working closely with Tommy to develop products, and then obviously Mike and I will be doing all kinds of content, sharing, what it is we do, sharing how to improve things, and so I need Tommy to take over that product development side of things. And so now he's on to the next job. Now, no one here is making piles of money yet, including me, but I think, everybody's seen, incremental, small salary bumps, things like that. And so each one of them is nowhere near where they would want to be, long term. But everybody's headed, I think, in that direction. Our next step is to create some sort of measurable bonus pool and figure out how to make sure everybody's motivated and paid properly and all of that stuff. So, but that takes time, and everybody's come here. Lewis is another example. Came in, he was packing boxes and driving my mom crazy, trying to perfect how to pack boxes, and then he went over to head up the customer service side of things and drop shipping, and then him and Tommy helped develop a new drop shipping platform for us so that we don't have to micromanage every order, that it gets sent automatically to our drop shippers. And then he made the request of me to go and be basically our graphic designer and creative content or creative writing content creator for all of our products and our website. And so, he's started packing boxes, and within a year and a half, he's doing exactly what he wants to do. And then, again, as he drives revenue, we're going to figure out how to everybody here gets to drive GT3 someday, or a really nice Camry if that's what they want. And, that's going to come with revenue and growth and all of that stuff. So we're headed in that direction. And so what I don't need you to come pack boxes. I need you to come and answer people's questions. So we need to train you up on making you an expert. And my guess is many of you already know a lot of this stuff. And so, like when I hired Manny, actually I guess I didn't hire Manny. Kyle and Tommy hired Manny and Chris. When whoever we hire next, you come in, it's going to take you several years, but you're going to come into an entry-level position because that's what I have available to pay for this. And we figure out what motivates you, figure out what you want to do. We'll kind of know that going in. And then what I'm looking for are people to craft their own future, craft your own path. And so we need to hire 2 people instantly. And I don't care what your background is, I don't care what you're doing now. It doesn't really help me. It doesn't matter how much money you're making. These are like $35,000 a year jobs to start. And then I'm looking for you to come and kill it and figure out where you fit in the long term. Who knows? Maybe you become COO of the company someday or something. I don't know. You don't have to be young. You don't have to be a guy. You don't have to be anything specific. Just tell me why you want to come here. Don't give me this bull crap like, I'll do it. This one guy told me this. I'll do it, but I'm going to need to have some reassurances here what my path is going to be. No reassurances, none. You have to trust me. If you don't trust me, then don't come here. If you say that, you're immediately getting dismissed. So there are no reassurances. The only reassurance you have is that if you work your frickin' face off, I'm going to take care of you. Just ask the other people here. And that doesn't mean in 6.5 months that your salary triples. That means in 6.5 years, maybe it does, if you come in here and provide lots of revenue, lots of attributable revenue, I guess you could say. And or you become a leader, or you become a something that, you know, provides value to you and the organization. Because I think we're on the next cusp, we're on the next step, that next level up of heading toward this transition from a company, which we now are, small startup company, to a real organization. We already are a real brand, but I think something special, I know something special is happening here. And I think it's going to be an opportunity for the right people to come in here and help me change the world. But, you know, I'm always going to be clear with you. You know, Matt, I would like to do it, but I'm going to need you to really lock me down with a reassurance here. No guarantees, no reassurance. I think if you're coming here, you know me. I don't mess around. If you help take me to where we're going, I can take you with me. But I'm going to need you to level up as the organization levels up. And that's going to require passion, obsession, and a general work ethic. And unfortunately, I don't have a COO job. I don't have a $172,000 a year job. We just don't have that available. We may someday. What I'm saying, can't guarantee you. I don't know. Maybe we stagnate and this is all we sell and this is all the further we get. You come in here and help build something and it's just not the right place. I think that's highly unlikely, but I don't know. I don't know how many buckets we're gonna sell. I just have some assumptions. I have some hopes and dreams. And I think what you have all witnessed is that most of those hopes and dreams have come true. And I think that comes from pure passion for this, what we're doing here. So I want to be real with you in what this entails. Tommy, I think he still sneaks in and cleans the bathrooms. So I don't ask him to do that. He just does it. So in other words, I'm looking for 2 Tommies. 2 Tommies with a sprinkling of Kyle, a little bit of Bryce, a little bit of Mike's and Mike's, all the Mikes. A little bit of Ted and my mom and everybody. Now somebody's gonna get mad at me for not using their name. A little bit of everybody. Give me everybody's name. Cut that part out. So I think that's that's a key requisite for. I always wanted to be. I wanted to be on the top of. I wanted to be the name that whoever was in charge would use. You know, I would always want to be that guy that. The only problem is a lot of times my name was used in that I was always something a little bit too much, a little too extra. But you want to be the topic of conversation for the next promotion, the next job, the next, you know, you want to be the topic of someone's thought process of them thinking about, you know, who's going to get paid next, who's going to get promoted. And so you need to figure out how to be that person. If you're a young guy, figure out how to be an old guy in a young guy's body. Always be doing things with older people. If you're the old guy, always focus on being relevant. You know, that's why I own this car. Now, relevant to a point. You know, I'm not wearing skinny jeans here, but relevant to a point of at least understanding what the young guys are doing. or girls. I'm really glad I decided to clean this thing. This will be one of the last washes over here. I mean, I'm gonna get my house washing set up. I know I keep saying this week. We're doing a lot of things here this week, Mike. A lot of things that we know aren't gonna get done. But I'm telling you, if you have any interest in garages, detailing, cars, houses, there's going to be so much opportunity. We're going to find a spot for you. It's going to take us some time. You're going to have to do some jobs that you don't want to do in order to eventually be able to craft a spot inside of this passion project to make it not just my passion project, to make it yours as well. Because most people aren't cut out to do what I do, you know, to build the business. You don't want it. I'm telling you, you don't want it. I got 7 cars and I can only drive in like a 3-mile radius because of my frickin' problems. I'm trapped in Lady Lake, Florida forever. That's gonna be another job opportunity, a driver. I'm gonna buy an S55 AMG and I'm gonna have somebody just drive me around everywhere. That'll be a good gig. I'm also gonna buy a school bus so that Michelle doesn't have to drive the kids to school. And I'm gonna lease out spots to parents. And as I go to this charter school, I'm gonna create some awesome bus with all iPads all integrated into the headrests and everything. And that driver is gonna drive me, but also drive the kids to school. Tell me that's not a good idea. And then remember I talked about having a laundry specialist? Who's gonna stop me, Mike? No one. I'm telling you, if you got some talent and you come here, we're gonna change the gosh darn world. I'm not messing around here. I like to do the cleanup first. Since I'm not racing the sun here today, it's nice and overcast. I'm looking for people that would wrap their hose like I do. That's what I'm looking for. All right, let's do a quick little ego spritz. No update on the nozzles, other than there's 1,000 coming and like 700 something of them are sold. So, gosh, this thing's so shrill. I gotta go get it. I'm gonna be sad that I lost 2 years of hearing. Hoping to have some new adhesive here soon for our bottle labels, which are freaking awesome, but it's like these bottles reject it. Big towel. Get out of here, bug. Yeah, the CSL XO on the glass is holding up nicely. I think we've gotten the vast majority of what we need to start producing some cinematic like tell the story of each car that I have, including this one. Won't be quite as inspiring as the other cars, but we're going to do some of those videos coming up here, and so that's going to coincide with me, you know, finishing this thing up. But this coming year, we've got another video person starting next week. So we'll start to, as if it's even possible, we're about to ramp up the amount of videos on the various platforms, like Inside the Hex, our Reserve Your Spot email video series. So I'm telling you, if you have any interest in this stuff, you're gonna want to be here. It's gonna be freaking great. It already is great. This trying aid is so gosh darn good. OG drying aid. It's even better in a press-all bottle. So my GT3 Touring paint to sample's been locked in. Should we do one of those like reveals where you black out the car like every other douchebag does? Come up with a new thing. Come up with your own thing. It drives me crazy. What car did I get? How about I tell you right now I'm getting a Brewster Green GT3 Touring. Gosh, it's so stupid. Well, if everybody else is doing that, it must be the thing to do. Let's just do it. Let's just copy. Right, Ted?
Sure.
I guess I should like that. It frees up real creativeness. Well, it seems to be working, so let's just keep on doing it the same way. That'll be the way to get them. Get all the followers, all the people. Yeah, this stuff is good. Real good. You know what I should do? I should call this graphene. That'll solve it. We were talking about this with the moderators that comes from my now oldest and longest friends of, met through Upset's Garage. And they came for the weekend and we just hung out, and Pan made a video on Armor All, saying, hey, this isn't a sponsor video, so calm down, but what do you think? Is Armor All making a comeback? And so then we were sitting there and we kind of went and looked at all the they have a ceramic wheel cleaner. Like these morons. Ceramic wheel cleaner. Freaking idiots. So unbelievably stupid. So Pan, the answer is abso-freaking-lutely not. Not a chance in the world. And I contend, go drive through the parking lot. There's probably not a single, there might be one sports car and some some executives base Carrera in silver. It's so the wheels are all dirty because they don't know how to clean them. And they have some guy come by and wash his car there, in the parking lot once a week. So it kind of looks clean sometimes, but that's who you're buying. They're just selling stuff that they think people want. They're sitting around in a room with a bunch of marketers. They don't know jack about what they're doing. A bunch of chemists that just know chemistry, but they don't know anything about detailing. There's no reason to support any of that when you have tons of companies that are really doing this for the passion of it. So stop this nonsense. You can see it. You can see the people at Turtle Wax. They have no business doing any of this. They're just doing it because somebody 50 years ago really loved it. That guy's dead. So the whole thing is dead. They're just surviving on the brand. Not interested. Ceramic wheel cleaner. What the? What does that even mean? Well, you have to understand that people are stupid. This is what they're saying in the back room. The people that are buying our stuff are really stupid. So we have to tell them what to buy. And it means that the brand is ceramic. And so the entire side of this particular product needs to be called ceramic. Whether it has anything to do with ceramic or not, that is clearly, market studies suggest that this is the word that people are searching, and so we need to provide this to them. And so we're going to create an entire line that everything is called ceramic, because that's the way you market. Bunch of freaking morons. A 52-year-old went to Bloomsburg University and has a marketing degree. Has been marketing for, they're making 137 grand working for, a major company, and they're the expert. They haven't washed a car in their freaking life, and they're the ones telling you that, yeah, ceramic wheel cleaner is the way to go. And they're right. Most people are stupid. But it's because they don't care about this. They're not into washing their car. It's not their thing. But why can't, if you have that much influence, Why can't you do the right thing and actually know what you're freaking talking about and still sell to the same people who don't know anything, but educate them? You don't even have to educate them. Just say, here's what you want. We have a great brand. We have a great name. Here's a product. We hired a bunch of young, talented people who are really into this stuff. Let's just let them tell us what to buy and how to wash our cars. They don't do that. They're afraid of hiring the young guy because the young guy might know something more than them and take away their $137,000 salary and do it for 50 grand and do it much better. And that's the problem with the big old, stinky old companies that you guys keep supporting for some unknown reason to me. Matt, turtle wax is good for the money. I don't care. They don't know what they're doing. You know what's even better? Get a better job. That way you don't have to worry about saving 97 cents on some garbage product if somebody doesn't know what they're frickin' doing and doesn't care about you and doesn't know anything about it. I'm yelling at you, but I actually do care about you. I care that you do it better. I care enough to yell at you and not lie to you. So, even those of you, even you that are getting real angry right now that I'm speaking to you, telling you the truth. But Matt, that Turtle Wax ice product is really good. You don't understand. You're just a snob. No. That's not, you're missing the point. Let's see, how could we market to young America now? How could we bring ourselves back into relevance? Here's what we'll do. We'll allocate a certain amount of money and we'll pay some people to pretend that we know what we're talking about because of our name. That'll do it. Instead of actually know what they're talking about. If you have those resources, like I said, go out and do what I'm doing. Hire a bunch of passionate young people or old people, people who just want to be there. Get rid of all the people that are there, that are just there because they need a job. End of rant. Done talking about this. So no. Armor All is not making a frickin' comeback. Absolutely not. But good question, Pan. That's a good... He knows how to get you. He knows how to get you to watch. I didn't watch the whole video, but I watched some of it. I said, you know, Armor All at least made me search. What's Armor All up to? Yep, nope. Bunch of Camrys in their parking lot. I don't know, I think we're getting close to, because we did a bunch of paint and stuff on this thing, it probably needs a detail soon. This is the thing I'm worried about, is that I've been nursing all the cars here and they're all gonna need detailed all at the same time. And I'm gonna go from no paint correcting to living a life of paint correcting for months and hating it. So I think we need to change the subject. How many people have I hacked off already? He just doesn't know. He doesn't understand. Turtle wax is really good. I don't care if it's the best product in the world. They're freaking lying to you. Let's see. So we're gonna pull this thing out in the parking lot, get some shots of it so we can show a before and after before we put the wheels on. Those are always the steps that I always skipped. There's nothing I hate more than the old, like the old Sino EDM douche drop with a freaking cell phone or a GoPro, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like doing B-roll, like just pretending. I hate that. I hate that so much. I just won't do it. I've never done it because I just can't. I just know it's not the way to do it. Whatever the heck it's called, and I just walk around the car real slow, and that's how I get my B-roll. I call that J-roll, junk roll. Get out of here with that. Maybe that's why we only have 275,000 subscribers, Mike. I think that could be it. My stubbornness is my own demise. See, I should be like Turtle Wax and Armor All and just be real nice to everybody, right? Just be real nice. Just freaking lie to you the whole time. They don't even know they're lying. They don't know enough to lie. They don't know anything. All right, let's do the door jambs. Finish this sucker up. By the way, you guys, you Tesla nerds and your frickin' 3D floor mats. I thought I was buying something real. No, these are Chinese junk. They don't fit. They fit just as well as if frickin' WeatherTech junk fits. It's terrible. You guys suckered me into that. I'm thinking, man, these things look great. Like they told me about these 3D design floor mats. Terrible. I think there's a real opportunity to make like a really good. Mike doesn't do any warm up, he just goes. Yeah, I think there's a real opportunity to make some, like, you know, I've tried all these aftermarket floor mats. There's got to be a reason why nobody makes a freaking good floor mat, you know, or one that like looks like OE plus. But yeah, all these 3D whatever's 3D Spider or whatever it's called, it's just a Chinese knockoff junk. They got me, suckered me in. I thought I was buying some, like, you know, some awesome company's amazing rendition of a floor mat, and these things suck just as much as the WeatherTechs do. WeatherTech is like a freaking global conglomerate. That guy's worth $1 billion making some garbage floor mats. I get suckered into those things all the time. I bought 2 or 3 sets of them. I'm like, wow, maybe it wasn't as bad as I remember. Then I put it in and the thing's all curled up, and I bet you WeatherTech makes the new Raptor floor mats that don't fit. It's terrible. Like the original Raptor ones, they're not trying to like cut it precisely. They're just, you know, just make a nice floor mat. The like Gen 1 Raptor OE floor mats are great. So I got these 3D junks. It's terrible. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just not good. This paint is pretty bad. I mean, it chips up. The chips on it are pretty nasty. It's more of like a flake than a chip. You know, when it does chip, it like, I don't know how to explain. It's like a different kind of chip. Yeah, sell this thing quick. Oh, it's still worth something. So what's cool about this process, I mean, I'm doing this big, rather large car, and I'm only used 2 towels. Shell drove this thing for like a week, and so you know what that means. The kids are like magnets for dirt. Little dirt balls. Can't wait till they're teenagers. I can turn them into clean people. I think I'm gonna lose that battle though. So we're gonna finish up the house here shortly. So the little baby house is gonna be done. Nice. I'm gonna work on the office. I'm gonna build the office and get a desk and all that stuff, and figure out what that looks like. And because remember, I mean, I've got at least 2 years to go before anything I get built gets done. So 2 years in my world is a gosh darn eternity. And so I'm dialing that place in as if I was going to live in it for the rest of my life. It's the only way to go. It's the same thing like building the giveaway car. Like, even though I know I'm not going to keep the car, let's build it as if it were mine for the rest of my life. It's the best way to live. Actually, it's probably the worst way to live. It's the way I live. Oh, shoot. It is the worst way to live. What am I saying? But I'm gonna make you feel bad about the way you live, so screw you. That way everybody hates everybody. Let's do a little wiperoo in here. It's getting a little bit of dirt funk in there. That's clean. Did I do the other door jamb? I didn't. Gotta do the door jamb in the front. Dress the tires here. Ooh, got some interior wiping down, cleaning to do. See, there's your 3D precision right there, Mike. Real precise. Real nice. Love it. It's good. It's real good. You guys are on crack. It's kind of okay. If you don't mind it being janky. But I will tell you, the OE floor mats are terrible in this car. They're the worst floor mats I've ever seen in any car. It's not like Velcro, it's like this weird foam stuff they put on the bottom of it, and it doesn't, just whatever they do, it just doesn't work. That's the other problem. I thought these things, they look like they're made out of carpet, but they're made out of some janky plastic, and I hate plastic inside the car. Now, you know, if you're up north and it's winter or whatever, you gotta have that, or you're off-roading or something, I guess, but in a car in Florida, I just want some carpet. It stays cleaner better. Oh boy. Oh, just dirt. All right, let me clean this up area here. It's not a bad looking car from certain angles, especially with a flush fitment. So I think that's a wrap for the old wash and talk here. I'm gonna put some dressing on tires, wipe those off a little bit just so we can get some shots of what it looks like before. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Another wash and talk soon on all the cars are dirty, so they all need to get washed, but I'll be doing some wash and talks at my house here soon. While we make this transition to have the yarn building set up, because I've lost this side is becoming a warehouse. So we're making that, you know, transition day by day. So thanks for watching. Hope I didn't offend too many of you. Sure I did. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. Go to obsessedgarage.com/careers and fill out the application. I would urge you to be creative. You don't have to just submit that form, start emailing stuff, make videos, write a post, do something creative. You know, that'll improve your odds of getting the job if you want it. So look forward to it. See you soon.